startup is planning to expand its business-to-business payment offerings. Joining us now to discuss its growth story and the road ahead for the company is Anubhav Jain, the co-founder and chief executive officer of Rupifi. Anubhav, thank you so much for joining us on the show. You've raised $25 million. Can you tell us how you're planning to use these funds? What are the new offerings in the pipeline, and what is the problem that you're trying to solve?
Sure, Arundhati. Thank you so much for having us. So this recent fundraise that we've done, we're planning to use these funds primarily for product expansion. So For the last 1.5 years, we've been running one of the category-leading B2B BNPL in the country. So we work with small businesses and their suppliers to enable their purchases and financing. And this B2B Buy Now, Pay Later product that we have is currently completely embedded offering. So we are going to large digital B2B marketplaces, and we are offering this as a payments instrument on the checkout of these B2B marketplaces. What we want to do next is we want to capture the complete 100% payments that are happening in the B2B use cases for these marketplaces. Along with that, today we are present only in digital B2B, which is growing rapidly post-COVID. But India, as you know, in the B2B space is still largely offline, is still not completely digitized. So we want to be an omni-channel, which means we'll be present both in digital as well as in offline B2B transactions, and we'll enable those across different use cases. We'll work with distributors, suppliers, and with small retailers.
Right, so you're looking at an omni-channel model right now, but if you could tell us a little bit more about this B2B marketplace. You help B2B marketplaces like Flipkart, Wholesale, Retailio, and Find together with financial institutions to enable low-friction credit for their merchant partners at the point of sale stage. Can you tell us a little bit more about this, and also what has the growth been like for you guys so far on this front?
Sure. I think so. If we go 5 years back and if we see how typically B2B transactions or B2B commerce has been carried out in India, and not just in India, globally, you would see that there is a small retailer who's buying their supplies or buying their inventory from a large distributor or a wholesaler in a completely offline manner. But the last 5 years, there has been a rapid spurge in terms of digital B2B marketplaces. Now, what these digital B2B marketplaces like Flipkart, Wholesale, and Retailio provide is a great assortment of product, pricing, logistics, supply chain to small retailers so that they can save the costs of middlemen and reduce the overall end borrower cost at their end. However, what we've seen is in the offline world, a distributor was always providing a 15-day or a 30-day credit to the retailer because there is always a need for working capital financing. What we are enabling on these B2B marketplaces is whenever a retailer comes and decides to buy their supplies, we give them an option to buy immediately but pay after 15 days or pay after 30 days. That really helps the small business to stock their supplies in their shop, have 15 or a 30-day window to comfortably sell to their customer and then pay us back. This is very important for small businesses because otherwise they would always struggle in growing their business and managing working capital. In terms of growth, we've seen a rapid growth. In fact, we started this product right in the middle of pandemic in March 2020, and we've seen this grow rapidly because most of the small businesses have gone digital. So, like you have seen the penetration of UPI and digital payments on the consumer front, we believe that this is the right time for B2B payments should also get digitized. So if I compare our business or our transaction volume from December 2020 to December 2021, we've seen almost 100 times growth. And that's been possible because we work with some of the largest category leading marketplaces. So today we work with Flipkart Wholesale, which is in the FMCG space. We work with Retailio, which is one of the largest pharma B2B healthcare brand. We work with Find, which is part of the Reliance Group in the fashion domain. So we work across categories with some of these marketplaces.
Right. I also wanted to know what your disbursal picture has been like so far, and what are the targets that you have set for yourself going forward? Can you also tell us the sectors that are leading this growth for you on the disbursal front?
Sure. To answer your second question first, I think the sectors that have been leading this growth for us are, as you would expect, driven by essentials, because we also carefully picked the sectors which were lesser risk and faster growing in the last 1.5 years during the pandemic. So FMCG and pharma have been the two largest sectors that have been driving the growth for us. In terms of disbursals, right from a small number of around less than 1 crore in December 2020, we have today reached a level where we are doing more than 100 crore disbursals every month.
All right. Also, could you quickly tell us, you mainly serve India's MSMEs. Tell us what this customer is availing credit for and what is your average loan size and what kind of NPAs are you currently clocking?
Sure. So our typical customer is the absolute smallest micro SME, Arundhati. So you can imagine a small kirana shop or a small mobile shop or a small pharmacy in a tier 2, tier 3 town. In fact, today we are present in more than 200 cities. And that clearly gives you a picture that we are going after the absolute long tail of SMEs. So the average ticket size that these small businesses or retailers use Rupifi for is around 20 to 30,000 in terms of their monthly spending. In fact, the smallest purchase that they make through Rupifi is as low as 500 rupees. In terms of NPAs, because we are going after these small businesses and enabling a transaction which is key to their business, we've seen very, very low NPAs. In fact, our current NPA levels are as low as 0.2%.
All right. All right. So your NPA level right now is at 0.2%. So very low NPAs there. All right, Anubhav, thank you so much for joining us on the show and we wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you so much, Arundhati. You stay safe.
You too. On that note, it is time for us to head into a